This is Brian Mayer, host of Hot Sauce Weekly, and you are listening to BCRN, all barbecue and grilling all the time.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh, should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Welcome to the BBQ Central Show, the show where we talk about all things that are important in the world of barbecue. From big-name interviews with competitors on the barbecue circuit, grill manufacturers and pit makers, to advice on cooking brisket and ribs. You'll find it all right here on the BBQ Central Show. Your host, Greg Rempe, is a backyard barbecue and grilling fanatic and loves to talk about his passion, which many of us share together. You can learn more about barbecue and grilling by visiting the website, thebbqcentral.com. Now, let's get in the smoke. Here's your program host, Greg Rempe.
Hey, gang, welcome to the really big BBQ Central Show. This is the show that talks about all things important to the world of barbecue and grilling. We originate from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio. And I am your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on this Wednesday evening. Glad you can make time out for the live fire outdoor cooking show, the only one of its kind on any kind of radio. Let me give you some contact information in case you want to jump in on the show tonight. You're more than welcome to do that. You can do so one of two ways. You can call toll-free 877-448-0433. You can also email the show if you want. Greg, G-R-E-G, Greg at the BBQCentralShow.com. One point that I wanted to make, at some point last week, during the second segment when we were talking openly about a number of different barbecue topics, I was able to field a couple phone calls, which I'm imagining came off the 800 number. But at some point after that segment, into the third, fourth, and After Dark segment, the phone line went down. I use an 800 number redirect service, so that 877-448-0433 number is actually just a forwarding device to my Skype line. So if in any event tonight you are motivated to call into the show and the toll-free number doesn't work, you can take down what is affectionately known as the Barbecue Central Show hotline. That is 216-220-0966. Keep that number stashed away safely. And for whatever reason the 800 number redirect does not work, you can dial the hotline. That will get you in guaranteed, because that is the actual hardline number. So, again, real quickly, 877-448-0433. If that's not working, the hotline, 216-220-0966. Or you can eliminate both of those numbers and just drop in via email, Greg at the BBQCentralShow.com. Here's what's going to be lined up tonight. Coming up in about 13 minutes, Shad Kirton, a boy and his barbecue. If you were watching the BBQ Pitmasters show this season, Shad won the whole thing this past week on Thursday, beating the notables Mo Cason from Ponderosa Barbecue, Yazoo's Delta Q, Firehouse Barbecue, Johnny Trigg. Shad Kirton is the guy that brought it all home. $100,000 winner, plus that very large Kingsford Charcoal Cup trophy. So we'll talk to Shad in that second segment to get his reaction to the show, what he thinks about it, what it was like to get that check for 100 GER. That would not suck, by the way. Love to get that check. So that'll be Shad Kirton coming up about 15 past. And we got monthly guest Robin Medlin, a.k.a. Grill Girl. That website, again, for her is Grill Girl with 3 R's, GRRRL.com. And we'll be talking, amongst some other things, she's in a food blog competition. Her and some other notable food bloggers are going up against one another. I believe it's like a 4-ingredient limit or something like that. Plus, she's got some recipes to share. She might have some charbroil grills to review, as well as a new online publication. I've said it before. I think I've been saying it here for the last 2 years. Magazines, newspapers, all going by the wayside here, especially with new media having this stuff available online. Magazines are definitely one of those things, and there's a new attempt at a barbecue magazine, but it's an online version. BBQ Magazine Online, I believe it's called. So we'll talk to her about that because she has a recurring role in that publication as well. So that'll be Robin Medlin, the Grill Girl, coming up about 35 past the hour. Then we have the fourth segment, Free for All, for your chance to win really cool and fun prizes to include frog mats, El Capitan, Santa Maria-style barbecue seasoning, wood smoke products from Greenleaf Barbecue, Cosmos Q injection packs, and soaks. You get to choose either an injection or a soak. He's got some of each. He's got a pork soak. He's got a chicken soak. He also has a pork injection. He's got a beef injection. You get to choose one of those 4 things. Free for you. And then, of course, we have the new wild game rubs and cedar planks from the good folks over at easyhooks.com. So that's all you know. I'm sorry, easyhooks. It's barbecuehooks.com. Let me get that right. So that's what we have lined up for the first hour. Second hour, we're going to be joined by runner-up BBQ Pitmasters Season 2, current points leader for Team of the Year in the Memphis Barbecue Network, and reigning world championship when it comes to the Memphis in May. That would be Melissa Cookson of Yazoo's Delta Q. So we're going to be lining her up for that long format segment. Get her thoughts on a number of things, sauces and rubs, how you make them, flavor profiles, how to cook a whole hog, what it was like to be on television for those few weeks on BBQ Pitmasters, what she thought of the show. She'll have probably a different point of view from Shad Kirton on a few things. Everybody's got a different point of view on any number of things. So that's what we have lined up. It's a jam-packed show. 877-448-0433 is the toll-free number. Again, if that's down for whatever reason, the hotline is 216-220-0966. And the email is greg@thebbqcentralshow.com. Quick point. If you've become a little dulled with the BBQ Pitmasters talk, well, the good news is this. Show's over. Whether you're a fan, whether you're not a fan, whether you've just become a little fed up, no pun intended, with the coverage that that program has received here on this show. I just happen to have a lot of access to the people that were on there. And again, you run the fine line here. Evidently, there was a lot of people that are lying and hiding that really like the show. They tuned into the show. And maybe it's like the Howard Stern effect, as I would call it, that there were more people that actually didn't like the show, but they tuned into the show every week to see how much they were going to hate it. Much like the people that hated Howard Stern were listening longer than the fans of Howard Stern because it was all for the same reason. They want to see what he was going to say next. Well, people that didn't like this television show could have tuned in and watched longer or just as much as the people that liked it because they wanted to see what they could potentially whine and bitch about next. I've made no bones about it. I'm not a fan of the format of the show at all. I like the fact that BBQ Pitmasters were able to get on and expose themselves to the general masses. TLC is definitely a big network, a lot of successful shows on that network. So the fact that they were able to get out and get in some FaceTime on that kind of a network is great. I'm just not a format of that show. I think there's a lot of formatted shows that are similar. And in a lot of, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. What can I tell you? So, but I watched. I admit it. The question is, can you admit it too? Did you watch as well? You hated it. Maybe you didn't. I've heard from people that liked the show. They liked it more and more as the weeks went on. That's okay too. So I think there is definite possibility that we'll see this bad boy for a season 3. But after tonight, we're done with that talk. We have many big things coming up this month in the world of barbecue, aside from regular recurring guests and recipes and all that great stuff. We have the American Royal coming up this weekend. Huge competition out there. A couple weeks after that, we have the Jack Daniels World Championship as well. So we're going to be getting a lot of great interviews with the folks that are taking part, winning, all that great stuff, plus the tips and tricks and techniques that you have come to love from this show. So be sure to stay tuned for the weeks, months, and hopefully years to come as the show progresses. Gang, quick reminder about my friend Darren Hearn out there in Arizona, the D-Dogs barbecue rub guy. You know, you've heard of him. Well, right now he's offering free shipping on all your orders if you go to his website, ddogsbbq.com. Let me spell that for you. It's ddogsbbq.com. And they have 2 new products for you to try out, a Texas-style barbecue sauce and a jalapeno rib glaze. And did I mention the ever-so-lovely free shipping? Well, of course I did. I just said it. So go ahead and get yours today. You'll be glad you did. Order extra because the shipping isn't going to cost you any more than what a regular order would cost you. So get more. ddogsbbq.com, a longtime sponsor of the show. And as we all know by now, D-Dog's barbecue rub is better than ketchup. We'll step away real quick, come back with Shad Kirton, a boy and his barbecue winner of BBQ Pitmasters Season 2. It's ramping you right here on the BBQ Central Show.
Barbecue fans travel from all over the country and the world to learn the secrets of real pit barbecue from Grand Champion Pitmaster Conrad Haskins. Now take your skills to the next level with a Barbecue Institute Pitmaster class. You'll learn how to make sauces, rubs, and smoke mouth-watering barbecue every time you cook. Your new skills will impress friends and family. Internet forums, blogs, and Facebook are full of success stories from our graduates. Upcoming classes locations include Rock City Rib Fest, Rochester, New York, Lexington, Massachusetts, Lang Factory Test Kitchen in Georgia, Fort Worth, Texas, Fredericksburg, Texas, Houston, Texas, Monroe, Washington, and Kennewick, Washington. For more information, class dates, and contests we'll be competing in, visit www.bbqclass.com. That's bbqclass.com.
Centralites, you having marriage troubles? Your kid's unruly and don't listen? Then you need the Ribbolator, because great barbecue will always bring the family together. And the Ribbolator always cooks great award-winning barbecue. You can try it free for 30 days, and if your family life doesn't improve, just send it back. Ribbolator even pays return shipping. But you need to take that first step. Visit Ribbolator.com to get started or call 206-999-0962. Don't you deserve a happy barbecue family?
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back, 14 past the hour. This is the Barbecue Central Show. The segment portion brought to you by the good folks at the Barbecue Guru, makers of automatic pit temperature control devices. Not to mention a host of other products that make your barbecue and grilling life easier. Two ways to find them. Toll free on your phone, 800-288-GURU, G-U-R-U, or you can find them online, thebbqguru.com. Good folks over at the Barbecue Guru. All right, going to go old school on this one. Got to use the dial pad to get through here. Automated
service. Calling Smoky D's Barbecue. For carryout or general information, please dial extension 24.
Yeah.
For catering, please dial extension 20. For the business office during normal hours of operation.
Thank you for calling. Your call will be answered shortly.
Shortly? Come on. Oh, it's my favorite song. Hope Shad doesn't pick up here. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. It's barbecue.
Hi, you've reached Aaron Worth with Smoky D's Barbecue. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message.
You got to be kidding me. Now, hold on a damn minute. He said it was, maybe it's the business office. I don't know. Look, in my defense, Shad didn't give me the right extension to dial in on, otherwise it'd be right there.
D's Barbecue. For carryout or general information, please dial extension 24.
24?
For catering, please dial extension 20.
Right, let's not do that.
For the business office during normal hours of operation,
which is
please
not
dial
now.
Extension 21.
Darren's office.
For the kitchen, please dial extension 22.
Oh.
Our hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 until close. Sunday, 10:30 until close.
All right. Let's try the kitchen.
Thank you for calling. Your call will be answered shortly.
Oh, wait. I hope that music comes back. Oh, yeah. Gonna talk about bacon fat. Time to make buffalo turds. With a little bit of cream cheese and bacon wrapped around the top. Cooked at 275 degrees. Take it off the smoker. When the bacon gets crispy and the jalapeno skin gets wilty. Oh, yeah. Gotta love it.
Thank you for calling. Your call will be answered shortly.
All right. Get that music back on, lady. Come on. Oh, yeah. Here we go. How are you? How are you? I think we have to dial a different number. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Easy barbecue listening, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You know what I got to say about that?
Get that freak stuff out of here.
Now, watch me do this. Come on. Pick up this phone. Look, you're just cutting into your own interview time, pal. There's no skin off my teeth.
This is Shad.
Shad, Greg, BBQ Central Radio Show. We're live.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I've dialed 4 different extensions, and nobody's there. What's going on?
Just a little chaos here. Smoky D's.
Hey, that's what we're talking about here. I'm sorry, and as promised, joining me is the pitmaster who took it all for the season of BBQ Pitmasters on TLC. He won a $100,000 cash prize and like a 750-foot-tall Kingsford Cup trophy. This is Shad Kirton of A Boy and His Barbecue. So, Shad, before we get into the show and talk that kind of shop, how did you get into this whole barbecue thing? What's your background there?
Well, my background is I'm a trained chef. I went to culinary school, worked in kitchens for several years, and I was working in a hotel that opened up a Damon's, which is a makeshift barbecue, and I ended up going to a contest due to that, and just fell in love with the whole atmosphere of the barbecue contest and all the people there and all the pits and stuff, and it just very quickly, almost overnight, became an obsession and a love for me. So that's the story.
So where do you hook up with Darren Worth? And I'm sure if anybody's done any type of background searching on you after you've won the television show, they see that you and Darren are you guys business partners with Iowa Smoky D's?
We are. We're competitors for several years against each other, became friends, and I was working at a hotel here in Iowa, and the hotel closed, and at that time, myself and my wife and Darren and his wife were both doing some vending and some catering separated. I mean, we weren't doing it together, and Darren had contacted me and asked me what my plans were, and I had said that we were probably, looking at maybe opening up our own place and trying to look into that. And so after some negotiations and some talks, we decided that we would be stronger together than apart. And so, he had been doing his stuff as Smoky D's, and so we elected to keep that name. But we developed Absolute Flavors, customized catering. Due to my culinary background, we wanted to not limit ourselves to just barbecue, so we're able to do virtually anything food-wise, and that's pretty much how it began.
All right, and it's very successful out there. You have a number of Smoky D restaurants out there in the Iowa area. So when you look back at the years you had spent competing with Darren, and certainly he's well-respected, well-known out there at KCBS Circuit, especially last year with the way it went down for Team of the Year points race between him and I Smell Smoke and Pellet Envy. But as you look at your two head-to-head meetings over the years, is it pretty safe to say that you can take Darren down at a drop of a hat, or is it pretty fierce between you guys?
It's that's kind of the running joke around here is that we're business partners and friends, and I mean everything during the week, and then once Friday afternoon hits, the gloves are off. It's it's every man for themselves, and we do communicate a few things as far as secrets and stuff like that, but there's things that he does that I have no idea, and there's things that I do that he has no idea. So we definitely take the competition seriously between the two of us. I wouldn't necessarily say that I could beat him at the drop of a hat. I have beat him before. He's definitely beat me more times than I've beat him. But that's just we just pack up and go to the next contest.
Shad Kirton joining us here, A Boy and His Barbecue Pitmaster. So, Chad, as we talk about the show, obviously I'm imagining you were a fan of the first season. You decided when you had heard that they were going to be taking audition tapes for a second season, you'd submit it. When do you find out that they're going away from the format change? And at any point, did you think about perhaps not entering then?
I found out that they were changing the format, after we had set in the audition tape. And really at no point did I think of not going, just because, I knew it was going to be an adventure and, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, I was just very honored and very excited about going.
So when you're on your show, which was a couple weeks ago, you're given turducken as what they had called kind of like that classic barbecue meat, but probably not very classical unless you're in that specific region of the country. Had you had experience with turducken before?
No, I had heard of it, seen some TV shows that they actually had done some, but I had never done one myself. I guess I did know what it was, what birds they were, but as far as the traditional stuffing that they use and things like that, I really had no idea.
So were you fairly uncomfortable with the whole process, or were you more relying at this point on your culinary background and training to get you through this portion?
I really was relying more on my culinary background. I really haven't found anything that I can't cook. Some things take one or two tries to get it right. It's just cooking is when you break it down, it is very basic. It's not rocket science by any means, and you just have to slow down and just kind of think about it a little bit.
So when you make it through the turducken event, and I believe you were next to Dan Hickson, who took a runner-up in that show, you move on to the finals, and you learn it's going to be a whole hog. Now, I guess I had spoken incorrectly at the end of last week, and no disrespect, Shad, but I had picked Melissa Cookston to win this whole thing. But
yeah, everybody did.
Of course. So you hear whole hog, you think of her. I mean, it's fairly logical. But you had obviously had some whole hog experience, as I'd went back and done some research leading up to this interview. But that's a very intimidating piece of meat. It's a very intimidating piece of animal. What was your comfortability factor with the whole hog at that point, and was there any type of added pressure on you seeing who you were going up against, namely Melissa Cookston?
There really was some added pressure to it because I knew that Melissa, yes, I have had some experience with hogs. I've done the barbecue losel for several years, but, that's one hog a year, where she's cooking 30, 40 hogs every time out. She's doing 30 or 40 a year.
Right.
So I knew that she was going to bring the absolute best hog that she could. And so there was definitely a lot of pressure on that. I wasn't necessarily comfortable with it, basically because of the pit itself that we were cooking on. I had never used a cinder block pit, and so I wasn't really sure how the heat was going to be distributed, and how the hog was going to cook, and just trying to get that hog to cook evenly was my biggest fear.
Did you have any apprehension during that pit fire challenge that chicken wasn't going to be your game? You might be sent home at that point.
Oh yeah, definitely. And on the show, I said repeatedly that chicken is just my worst category, right. And it is. In the last year and a half, chicken has been my crutch, and I can't cook chicken to save my butt. At least I hadn't up until that point. It actually had cost me a couple contests over the last couple years, just due to the fact that I was just having trouble with it.
Shad Kirton joining us here, winner of BBQ Pitmasters Season 2 and pitmaster of A Boy and His Barbecue. So when you were announced as overall champ, Shad, were you surprised that it was you and not Melissa, considering it was you and her kind of going up against each other? And how does that initially hit you as you're announced as the overall grand champ?
It was almost as if it wasn't happening. Because I saw Melissa's hog. It looked great. She got great comments from all the judges. And so did I. I also got good comments, but I knew that my loin was dry, and Myron was really kind of hitting on that quite a bit. And So I was very worried that, I wasn't going to win it. And when they did call my name, it was almost just like a big sigh of relief. I don't know. It was surreal almost.
So let me ask you this. You were at the viewing party at the restaurant from what I read, and obviously weeks before this viewing party even took place, that you won it, and you had to sit there and be big poker face and not really lead on at all that you had actually won the whole thing. How hard was it for you after taping had wrapped up? You win. You got to go back and pretend like you're regular Jones. How hard was it for you to keep that secret from everybody?
The first week that we were back, it was actually extremely difficult because there was just so much stuff that happened, so many stories that I wanted to tell of just interaction with the other cooks and the judges and everything that happened. But then we really started to focus on opening up the new restaurant, and the restaurant kind of engulfed everything. And, after that first week, it really got easy of, it wasn't even part of any communication throughout the entire day because the focus had turned on getting the restaurant open.
Now, there was a lot of criticism about the show, at least from what seems to be some of the purists in regards to the format change. Did you like the change? And after taking part in season 2 and winning it, do you think it might be around for a third season in some form or fashion?
I'm not sure if it will be around for a third season. I would like to see it around. I do like the format change, but I also liked the first season. But it's almost like comparing apples to oranges. The first season was more of a documentary style, which was great because that's part of, as a competitor, that's part of our lives. It just, it was awesome to see all of our friends and stuff on that show and just watch all that transpire. But I'm also very competitive, and the environment of season 2 in that competitive format, I like that format. I like the fact that they made all of us think outside the box when it comes to items on the pit. The one thing that I didn't necessarily like about it was the fact that someone was eliminated after that first that Spitfire challenge. I would have liked to have seen everything more on a point system, just so everyone could finish those products. But I understand the reason why they did it as far as getting the drama and the viewers, keeping the viewers interested in it. General public.
Would you have liked to seen the judging where you were maybe able to see what the judges were saying about you on like a closed circuit television like they did at the end of the season 1, but removed the judges in more of a blind category?
I'm not sure. It was I liked how they did it. I wouldn't have minded a blind judging, or to be able to see them watch their reactions and listen to their comments. Either way would have definitely been fine with me.
And finally, Shad, let me ask you this question: what's the worst tag? Which tagline is worst? Good smoking luck or Seacrest out?
I'm not sure.
They're equally terrible. That's right. Oh my God.
I think they're pretty equal.
They're pretty equal. We can leave it at that. This is Shad Kirton. He's the pitmaster of A Boy and his barbecue, also Iowa Smoky D's, and of course the winner of BBQ Pitmasters Season 2. Shad, congratulations on the win. Thanks for coming on tonight to talk about it, and I certainly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, take care. There he is, Shad Kirton. Winner, chicken dinner of BBQ Pitmasters Season 2. $100,000. I'll take it. Cash payment, please. I think that's $7.86 after tax. All right, we're going to step away real quick. We'll come back with Robin Medlin, a.k.a. Grill Girl. 4-segment free-for-all after that. And then the 10 o'clock hour, Melissa Cookston from Yazoo's Delta Q talking about barbecue, Memphis Barbecue Network, all that great stuff. Probably the Barbecue Central show Karma as well. So stick around. We'll be right back.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos Q injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our Cosmos Chicken Soak for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love.
And don't forget about Cosmo's new pork soak and rubs.
You can find us at cosmosq.com and select retailers across the nation. For quality injections, marinades, and rubs, it's Cosmos Q.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back. 37 past the hour. This portion of the show brought to you by Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue, the leading online retailer of Meadow Creek barbecue equipment. Their barbecue smokers and grills are handcrafted in the Amish country of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, helping you enjoy easy and profitable barbecues for years to come. Check them out on the web. Serious BBQs, it's plural, BBQS, SeriousBBQs.com. All right, joining me now to talk some grilling recipes, maybe a review on grills, all that great stuff. We race over to the hotline for monthly guest Robin Medlin, a.k.a. Grill Girl. Robin, how are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you for asking. Lots of stuff to get to here in the segment tonight. You're always very busy, Robin, there. But I wanted to ask you, from the last time that we talked, you were doing that whole new blog segment called Bring Your Grill to Work Day. How is that going?
I'm going to have to confess and say that I haven't been doing it as much as I had hoped. My company just came out with a new product, and they always do all these trainings at lunch. So I've had hopes of grilling at work, but not as much as I thought, though I did just get a new tailgating grill that I've been dying to try out and take to work. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I'll get to be less of a slacker on that.
Yeah, you need to tell those people to quit trying to get outside the box and come up with these new products so you can do what's really important. Bring your grill to work.
I mean, what is going on with these lunch and learns? You know what I mean? It means you have to be, inside behind a computer.
Yeah, forget about it. So, all right, a couple things that we can talk about tonight. One of them I had mentioned in the show open, which is this new online magazine that has to do with barbecue and grilling called BBQ Mag Online. Tell us a little bit about the product and what your relationship is with that particular venture.
Well, what's kind of cool about it is it's an only online magazine, as, obvious by the name. So it's a little bit different in the publishing in that, for the publisher, which was Paid Publishing Group, there are less overhead costs. And it also allows you to get a lot more creative. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I actually have some embedded video. So it's something that's a little bit different than your average print magazine. And it's had some good feedback so far, and I'm writing a column called Girl on the Grill. So, I'm doing my thing where I focus on grilling, and I'm attempting to try to make it healthy. You guys may or may not know this, but I'm getting married in a month. So I'm trying to keep the the recipe's somewhat healthy so I can fit my wedding dress. But so far, so good. The magazine itself has had great reception, and they've gotten some good sponsors. So I'm really excited about, what's coming in the future.
So is the fiance a guy that likes to grill as well, or are you the man of the family?
No, he likes to grill too, and he likes to tell everyone that he makes a better steak than I do.
What's the truth? Tell the truth.
I think he is a good steak maker. He's more of a doctrine type griller. I'm kind of the crazy person that throws crazy stuff on the grill, and 75% of the time it works out, and the other 25% you guys don't hear about it because it doesn't make to my blog.
Live by the seat of your pants. That's right. All right. So one of the other items that I wanted to talk to you about was this contest or this challenge that you have going on with some other venerable food bloggers out there, Barbecue Grail, Nibble Me This, No Excuses Barbecue, and Into the Flames. What's the challenge, and is it like $500 million for the winner, or what's going on?
There's really no challenge. I mean, what we're trying to do is try to, get new followers to our blog, and I think to our respective blogs, but I think what's really coming out of it for me so far is the fact that it's really challenged me to be more creative. I think of it kind of like this. There are those nights where you just don't feel like going to the store, and you look in your fridge and you're like, crap, what do I have to make for dinner? All right, I got some pork chops. I got some zucchini, raspberries. What am I going to do with raspberries? All right, I'll throw that with some rice. Well, that's kind of how this challenge is for me. Like, they'll give us 4 ingredients, and they'll be totally random, and we'll have to figure out how to make something cool and delicious out of it. And it's really inspired a lot of creative recipes. Like I did, like I was saying, for this past one, the ingredients were zucchini, rice, raspberries, and pork chops. And the only real rule is that your protein has to be cooked on the grill. So other than that, it's kind of the sky's the limits. So I did a gorgonzola, raspberry, thyme, pistachio stuffed grilled pork chop with zucchini boats that were stuffed with wild rice and some of the filling from the pork chops. And then, so that's pretty creative. And then the other guys came out with some really amazing stuff. Barbecue Grill made a raspberry balsamic reduction made out of like a soda. Who Nibble Me This did like zucchini rolls with a barbecue, like a raspberry barbecue sauce. And Into the Flames did some stuffed, like artisan squash with also stuffed pork chops. And then No Excuses Barbecue did like these really creative zucchini pancakes. And it was just amazing. We really came out, cranked some really cool stuff out.
Robin Medlin joining us here on the show. Her website, by the way, Grill Girl with 3 R's in the middle of G and L, GRRRL.com, at Grill Girl with 2 R's is the Twitter handle, by the way. So many R's, so little time.
I really just confused the hell out of people, Greg. I'm actually in the process of trying to negotiate the real spelling of Grill Girl. It's a girl out of Canada that it's very hard to get in contact with.
Go figure. America's hat. Now, you're explaining this stuff with this, these ingredients challenge. And, I mean, where do you come up with this stuff? I'm thinking to myself, if I was given these 4 ingredients, I would eat the raspberries by themselves. I would make the rice and put it on the side of a pork chop and grill some zucchini, and that would be it. You guys are doing reduction sauces and boats of rice with zucchini things. And where does all this creativity come from? Because I'm very dim when it comes to this kind of stuff, and perhaps why I'm not a food blogger.
No, you're not dim at all. We have a month to create this, so I literally will be driving to work, and I'm like, raspberries and zucchini. What the heck am I going to do with this? I mull it over a lot. There's a lot of Google searching. I own a gazillion cookbooks, and that's like my nighttime reading. So I just do a lot of research, really, and see what can come out of it. And if you had a month, you would create something spectacular. I would not be surprised if you did. So.
No, I guarantee I wouldn't. Now, what would you say out of all of the recipes that you've done, what percentage are like completely 100% Robin Medlin recipes, and what percentage are ones that you see that you like, but now you're going to make them into Robin Medlin recipes?
Well, much like the ingredient challenge where you're based with 4 random ingredients, actually my coleslaw recipe, which is, I think it's the bomb personally. And I'm a Southern girl. I love coleslaw. I mean, coleslaw goes well with fish, ribs. I mean, you name it. Coleslaw is good with everything, to me at least. And I think a lot of creativity comes from my laziness of not wanting to go to the store for the gazillionth time that week. And my Chipotle cilantro coleslaw is a result of that. It is red cabbage, Chipotle peppers, cilantro, chopped up pears, onion, apple cider vinegar, mayo, kind of like your basic coleslaw with a lot of other random stuff added in. And, my fiance, Scott, the first time we even had coleslaw, he's a New Jersey boy, by the way. So sometimes all this Southern stuff I make for him, like grits and stuff like that, weirds him out. But he told me he did not like coleslaw. And the first time I made that slaw, he had 3 servings. So I knew it was a hit. So,
that's the way. Yeah, that's when you know it's a hit, right?
He is my CTO, my chief tasting officer. So.
Very nice. And I'm sure you have business cards and everything, I would imagine. It goes right on the resume, CTO.
Exactly. And good for him. He has a really quick metabolism.
Yeah, there you go. So one of the other things that I wanted to touch on real quick, and I don't know where you're actually at with this, was you were going to be teaming up with the Bachelor guy to do some recipes and stuff like that. But I understand that there was some kind of bad weather down there. So where are you in that whole scenario?
Actually, he's coming over tomorrow. Down here in South Florida, we are going through a tropical depression. We had 6 inches of rain today. So, I just figured the first time we were going to video it and everything. So we're going to do it tomorrow. The Bachelor guy and I met through a mutual friend. And what's cool is we started chatting. And he has gone to Kingsford University's school and was schooled by Chris Lilly and has a lot of fun recipes he wants to share, like his coffee rubbed pork chops and grilled fruit with a jalapeno honey sauce. So we're going to get together. I'm going to throw that with my bacon wrapped asparagus and maybe some basil compound butter Texas toast. And we're just going to have like a little grilling bonanza tomorrow night. So it should be fun. It's going to be on our respective blogs. And, for him, it's fun to feature a girl grilling. And for me, it's fun to feature another blogger on my blog. So we can kind of respectively grill together and share it with the masses.
It's synergistic. That's what it is.
Synergistic
That's right.
is what it is. Exactly.
You have a couple new grills that you are getting your hands on. What are they? Who are they from? And what do you hope to do with these things, aside from obviously cook on them?
I have 2 new charbroil grills. I have the tailgating grill, which I actually will be taking to work with me. So we will have that to chat about next time because it's perfect. I mean, you can just stick it in the back of your car. And I will be doing some tailgating stuff with that. But I like the fact that it has a built-in cooler. So that'll be exciting. And then it's their smoker roaster. It's the Big Easy. And actually, believe it or not, in the ingredient challenge that we were talking about earlier, in November, we're supposed to be doing a turkey. And this kind of, I don't want to say it scares me. Like, I've never done a turkey on the grill. My dad and I did a turkey on the grill a couple years ago on his big green egg. But I've never done one by myself before. As you guys know, I'm grill girl. I'm kind of ADD griller. So I think I'm going to be doing my turkey on the Big Easy. And so we'll have some new grills to review. And, I'm up to my 7 grills. If you include the grill that we have on our sailboat, I'm up to 7 now. So I'm getting a nice little collection in my backyard.
Yeah, absolutely. One to be envious and jealous of, no doubt about it. We're talking with Robin Medlin, Grill Girl. Again, the website is grillgirl, GRRRL.com. And she joins us once a month for all these cool tricks and what's happening up on her blog. Anything else you want to get out there before I cut you loose, Robin?
Just look forward to chatting about some carne asada, and I'm going on my honeymoon in Argentina, so I'm hoping to eat lots of good meat and come back with some South American flair recipes to share with everybody, and look forward to the next ingredient challenge. We'll be having some pretty fun and random ingredients to see what we come up with, and look for the next barbecue mag online. There should be lots of good fun video to watch, and I'm also going to be doing a contest next week. It's something to do with the pork board, and we're going to be doing a giveaway. So check on my blog next week, grillgirl.com, if you want to win some free stuff. So who doesn't like free stuff, right?
The Centralites are always demanding free stuff, so that's going to be great, and I certainly appreciate you letting us in on that. And, of course, we'll be looking for you again next month, Robin.
Absolutely. Thanks again, you guys.
All right.
It's so nice to meet all the fun barbecue enthusiasts I meet, from doing the show. So look forward to hearing the comments on my blog, and you guys look for me on Facebook.
All right. Appreciate the time tonight, Rob.
Absolutely. Great
there
show.
she is, Robin Midland, the Grill Girl. GRRRL.com, grillgirl.com. Free stuff, she said. Centralites, mark it down. Get hold of the free stuff. BBQ Mag online, also the Bachelor Guy recipes. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about next month. Maybe some insight into the honeymoon. Just saying. All right, we're going to come back with a fourth segment free-for-all, 877-448-0433. 877-448-0433 for your chance to win fun prizes. And then Melissa Cookston after that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Forget going from site to site to get all of your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred's also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber, as well as a full line of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. And you can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichlin of Barbecue U fame. Check out Fred on the web at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the BBQ Central Show.
5 till the hour. 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the BBQ Central Show, brought to you by the Ribolator. Look, if you want something that is going to get you out of that traditional rotisserie cooking hole, then the Ribolator is for you, friends. Check it out on the web, ribolator.com. You will see it in full function form and flappability. And then go ahead and email the owner, Bob Garnash, info@ribolator.com to see who can get your hands on the 4-wheel tray Ferris wheel of wonderment. Get you out of the doldrums of regular traditional rotisserie cooking. Ribolator.com. All right, 877-448-0433 is the number to call for the 4-segment free-for-all. If that number is not working for whatever reason, you can dial the hotline 216-220-0966. Haven't got any emails saying the number's down. Let me explain to you how the game's played. I will ask you what category you would like to play. It's barbecue or not barbecue. That means questions not related to barbecue. You'll pick your category, and then I will give you 3 questions. You have to answer each question in 5 seconds. You do all 3, you get a great, fun, succulent prize. It's very easy. So let's play. We'll go to area code 516, name and where you're calling from.
Hey, Greg, it's Don from Long Island.
Hey, Don, how are you tonight, buddy?
Real good. Very tough.
I appreciate it. Don, you want to play the game tonight?
Sure, I'd love to.
All right, do you want barbecue questions or not barbecue questions, Don?
Oh, definitely barbecue questions.
All right, question number 1, Don. Name the television show that just finished up its season this past Thursday on TLC.
BBQ Pitmasters.
Season
2.
Right, season 2. All right, 1 for 1. Second question, Don. Name the best-selling grill on the face of the earth.
That would be, what's in my backyard? A Weber.
A Weber what?
A Weber kettle? Or
right.
A
Weber kettle, that's right. Don't get ahead of yourself, Don. Weber kettle. All right, third question, you could win a prize. Don, are you excited?
I'm jazzed.
Jazzed?
Jazzed.
All right, here we go. Third question, Don. Name the current Jack Daniels champion.
It's not Pellet Envy.
No. He's been on the show.
I'm going to swing and miss.
Do you have a guess?
I don't know.
I need a guess.
I have to go with Pellet Envy, but I know it's wrong.
Sorry about that, Don. Beat it. I hate to see the guys that are that close. So close, Don. Appreciate you calling in tonight, buddy. All right. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to ask him if he would use the 800 number or if he used the hotline. Dual hotline. All right. Well, I think I need to keep my clock. 87 seconds, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's going to give me enough time to wrap up. All right. No winner tonight, so we'll do some Facebook stuff. We'll do some Twitter stuff as well, so you can get your chance to win. But I need to make my exit so I can get back on time here for Melissa Cookston of Yazoo's Delta Q. So we'll end it right here. Let me thank my first hour guests. Shad Kirton, winner of BBQ Pitmasters Season 2. He's also the pitmaster of A Boy and His Barbecue, partners with Darren Worth, Iowa Smoky D's. Check that place out if you're ever in Des Moines, I think, right? Number of 2-3 different locations right about now. Check them out. From all accounts, a very great barbecue eatery establishment, brick and mortar Willie. Also, thanks to my third segment guest, Robin Medlin, Grill Girl. That website again is grillgirl, GRRRL.com. Come on, Canadian Grill Girl Steeler, give it to her for crying out loud. We demand it as Centralites. We demand it. You will bow to us, lady. Thanks to Don for calling in the 4-segment free-for-all trying to win. So close, Don. But you were 2 for 3. Got to be 3 for 3, buddy. All right, we're going to step away for news. Then we're going to come back with Melissa Cookston of Yazoo's Delta Q to talk about a whole bunch of things in the world of barbecue, so stay tuned for that. Stand by for news. We'll be back with Melissa Cookston right after this.